Some mysteries begin with a bang, but the ones that haunt us most start with silence. On a crisp autumn morning at the base of the Serpent's Tooth mountain range, a park ranger made a routine check and found something deeply unsettling. The parking lot was empty except for his truck. The air was still. Only the wind rustled the leaves. At the edge of the wilderness, where the trail turns wild, the ranger found 8 pairs of hiking boots. Arranged in a perfect line, side by side, each pair faced the trail. Laces tied, tongues tucked in, ready for a journey. But their owners were gone. No backpacks, no jackets, no trash, just boots, standing like silent sentinels. The scene was too clean. No sign of struggle, no panic. Only the ranger's own footprints disturbed the ground. It was as if 8 people had calmly removed their boots, placed them in a row, and vanished. A quick check of missing persons reports revealed nothing. No one was looking for these 8. A disappearance without a beginning. The boots themselves offered few clues. Well worn, but with no names or identifying marks. Who were these people? Why leave behind the one thing you need to survive the Serpent's Tooth? The mystery began not with a cry for help, but with a chilling silence that echoed through the mountains. Investigators were left with a puzzle missing its first piece, the only certainty. Something was profoundly wrong. The trailhead, once ordinary, had become the site of a mystery that defied explanation. The silence lingered, heavy and unbroken. The story of the Serpent's Tooth trailhead had begun. The trail where the boots were found is called the Widow's Climb, a path known for danger, not for tourists. It's a rugged, unmarked route, winding through dense forests and up treacherous slopes. The weather here is unpredictable, the wildlife unforgiving. No shelters, no cell service. Once you step on, you're truly alone. Proper boots are your lifeline. To abandon them is unthinkable. Yet 8 people did just that, walking barefoot into a place where even the prepared can die. Search and rescue teams, familiar with the trail's dangers, were baffled. The idea of experienced hikers entering the wilderness barefoot was almost impossible to comprehend. It suggested a state of mind detached from reality, or something even stranger. The path didn't just lead into the mountains, it led into the unknown. Vulnerable, barefoot, and deliberate, their choice was as terrifying as the wilderness itself. The Widow's Climb had claimed many, but never like this. Forensic experts examined the boots and found evidence of experience, not naivety. These boots had seen countless miles, scuffed, repaired, and molded to their owners' feet. They belonged to seasoned hikers, people who knew the risks of the Widow's Climb. Their expertise made their actions even more inexplicable. No novice mistake. This was a conscious choice by those who understood the deadly consequences. What could compel 8 experienced hikers to abandon their instincts and training? The evidence that should have identified them only deepened the mystery. It was as if veteran pilots had ditched their parachutes mid-flight. The paradox at the heart of the case, knowledge and experience, overridden by something powerful and unknown. The ghosts of their experience haunted the investigation, leaving only questions. The boots told a story of skill and a final fatal decision. The boots' placement was chillingly precise, lined up, toe to heel, facing the trail. This was no panicked escape. It was ritualistic, methodical, as if following a script. The orderliness suggested a shared purpose, a collective decision. Forensic analysis revealed faint impressions. 8 sets of bare feet walking away, and a 9th set, still in boots, following behind. The presence of a 9th person changed everything. Was this a leader, a guide, or a captor? Why did only one keep their boots? The image is haunting. 8 barefoot figures, led or watched by a single booted individual. The departure was controlled, not chaotic. The boots on the ground mirrored the order of their march into the wild. Someone, or something, was in control. The investigation shifted. It wasn't just about 8 who vanished, but about the 9th who led them. The trailhead scene was a silent testament to a deliberate, orchestrated event. The mystery deepened with every detail. Weather often explains wilderness disappearances, but not this time. Meteorological records showed nothing unusual, just cool, clear autumn days. No storms, no disasters, nothing to trigger panic. A cold front had dropped temperatures the night before, but not enough to cause chaos, only enough to make barefoot travel even more dangerous. For experienced hikers, the cold would have been a warning to add layers, not remove boots. Their actions defied logic and survival instinct. The weather ruled out natural disaster as a cause. Instead, it highlighted the irrationality of their choice. The sky was indifferent. The danger came from within the group. The mystery wasn't an act of nature, but an act of people, and that made it all the more disturbing. A motion-activated trail camera set up by wildlife biologists captured the missing piece of the puzzle. The footage, grainy and shot at dawn, showed the procession. 8 barefoot figures walked single file, steady and unhurried, heads down, arms at their sides. No emotion, no distress, no communication, just a silent, somber march. Behind them, a 9th figure in boots followed at a measured distance. The camera's angle and light obscured all faces. The booted figure carried no visible weapon, exerted no obvious force. The scene felt orchestrated, not spontaneous. The footage confirmed the barefoot walk and the presence of a 9th person. But it offered no answers, only more questions. Were the 8 being controlled? Were they willing participants in a ritual? Their calm could be resignation, hypnosis, or shared purpose. The video became the haunting centerpiece of the case. It showed the march into oblivion, but not the reason why. The mystery remained, captured in a few silent, unforgettable frames. With no leads on the ground, investigators turned to the sky. Drones with thermal cameras scoured the Serpent's Tooth range, searching for any sign of the missing 9. They found nothing. No bodies, no camps, no signals for help. It was as if the mountain had swallowed them whole. The wilderness became an accomplice, hiding all evidence. But one drone made a strange discovery. A perfect circle of flattened grass, high in a secluded meadow. The grass was pressed in a swirling pattern, with no tracks leading in or out. Was it a natural phenomenon, or connected to the disappearance? Some speculated it was a makeshift camp. Others whispered about stranger explanations. With no evidence to support any theory, the circle remained an unsolved anomaly. The search from above yielded only more questions. The wilderness kept its secrets. The central question: did the 8 hikers walk into the wilderness willingly? The calm, orderly procession suggested compliance, not panic. Was it a voluntary act, or the result of manipulation? Some theorized a cult-like leader, the 9th person, used psychological control or drugs to compel the group. Others suggested threats or subtle coercion. The evidence pointed both ways, voluntary yet inexplicable. The act itself defied survival instinct, hinting at something powerful overriding their will. Were they seeking salvation or being led to doom? The ambiguity is what makes the case so chilling. The question of choice remains the most haunting aspect of the Serpent's Tooth mystery. Years later, the case remains unsolved, the boots gathering dust in an evidence locker. The story has become legend, a ghost story whispered by hikers on the Widow's Climb. Some report strange silences, others find odd arrangements of stones echoing the boots' line. Theories abound: cults, environmental factors, or something stranger. The lack of evidence allows any possibility. In the end, all that remains is the silence. The silence of the trailhead, the boots, and the 9 who vanished. the ultimate question. What could drive 8 experienced people to walk calmly to their doom? We may never know. The mystery endures, a chilling echo in the wilderness,